A 4th of July dispute over holiday pay at a Central Illinois chicken restaurant ended with 5 employees fired, and the fallout has spilled from Facebook into lawyers' offices. Molly Hughes reports.
Pop-Up Chicken Shop has 2 locations, one in Bloomington, one in Peoria. In its 4.5 years, the Bloomington shop has never opened on a holiday. This year, the owner, Aaron Francis, decided to open on the 4th of July. His employee handbook promised time and a half holiday pay, but
I had no idea that in my handbook we even had that. That is my honest mistake. So we made an amendment to company policy. We let everyone know well in advance, well over 7 days in advance, that due to Illinois labor laws, we do not have to pay time and a half.
Francis claims none of his employees complained in the week leading to the holiday.
Come 4th of July, Saturday, 7 a.m., we get a mass text from about 6 employees saying, we're not coming in unless you pay us time and a half. For me, that was a crazy ultimatum. I felt like I was ganged up on.
He fired all the workers who boycotted. The employees called their action a boycott in Facebook posts. The owner responded online, naming the fired workers.
And I thought it was very greedy for them to expect me to pay time and a half.
After the firings, the workers posted on Facebook saying they had boycotted over the holiday pay. The owner posted back, and a social media storm took over the restaurant's following week. Francis says the customer foot traffic was cut in half.
I don't understand why a chicken shop is cancel culture is a very toxic thing. We did not know this was in our handbook.
Not everyone at the shop sided with the fired workers. Patty Smith has worked for the owner for 8 years.
I think they should have came in and worked and then talked to Aaron after they got off of work about their overtime pay, which they didn't. They didn't show up for work. They just didn't show up at all.
Illinois is an at-will employment state, and no law requires holiday pay. But Michael Leroy, a professor of labor and employment law at the University of Illinois, says that's not the end of the story. Even without a union and without using the word strike, a group of workers acting together over pay may be protected under federal law.
Even if employees have no intention of forming a union, but they act in concert in a matter related to wages, hours, or terms and conditions of employment, that the National Labor Relations Board will look into this if a complaint is filed.
The NLRB, or National Labor Relations Board, is the independent federal agency that enforces the National Labor Relations Act, the 1935 law governing the relationship between private sector employers and workers. Leroy says the handbook matters too. Employers don't have to have one, but once they do, courts can hold them to it.
Again, the employer is not under any legal compulsion to have it. But once they have it, they expose themselves to being held accountable to live up to the terms of the handbook. So that makes it a more questionable kind of termination.
In many now deleted posts, the owner called out employees by name, saying it was a 20-year-old who staged the failed boycott. Maddie Bean, one of the fired workers, said in her post the restaurant was going downhill and encouraged people not to eat there.
And both sides of this dispute run a risk of a defamation lawsuit, although the threshold for this is really high.
Bean was reached for comment, but said they would not like to confirm anything at this time. The dispute may now be headed to court. Champaign attorney Ron Langacker says he's representing a couple of the fired employees and is still investigating.
I don't have a lot to be commenting on one way or the other than from my standpoint, it looks like a terrible situation because a lot of people were let go over the 4th of July weekend.
Langacker says his clients appreciate the public support they've received. Meanwhile, the owner, Aaron Francis, says he's selling the business. He says he has a buyer and plans to hand over the business in the coming weeks. I'm Molly Hughes.